and welcome to Space Engineers 2. Oh my god, such a glorious sunrise here up in the tundra. And here is my engineer ready for an adventure with his ship, which is the ship you get from doing the sort of campaign storyline. You'll get access to the ship very quickly. And so you're able to then go take it and use it and do whatever you wish with it. So that's what I've done. I have unlocked various blocks. We've got the ship here with a few small modifications. I added a couple extra thrusters on it to make it a little bit more maneuverable and a bit of gyros to make it more responsive. But other than that, it is relatively stock. And so we are going to lift up here. And we are going to head off into the tundra to build ourselves a base. Because I'm Canadian, so living in the ice and snow is just normal for me. And we are going to be on the lookout for all the various resources. And we can see they're popping up everywhere. Got iron and nickel and ice and more iron and copper. All this stuff is going to be very useful, but we do need a good source of iron to start out with, because we're going to need a lot of it, thousands of it, in order to get the base set up. Just set our ship down and whip out our drill and go to town, gathering up some iron. Now, in something you may notice here is that even if I drill into this stone, I'm not getting any stone. I'm just getting iron. I'm just getting, a little bit of ice. It just seems like there is no more stone in this game. It is entirely just the resource because of the new backpack building system, which is so elegant and easy to use. And so there's no longer do you have just a pile of stone and throwing stone into a survival kit as the first thing you do whenever you start a Space Engineers playthrough. And my inventory's full. Bye, little rocks. But we'll grab this iron and then we'll continue on our way and see if we can find a nicer spot. Alright, so I think somewhere around here would probably be an excellent place to put my base. There looks like there's a ton of resources. There's iron everywhere. There's another big iron rock right here. I think I just need to pick a spot, settle down, and make it my home. I think we may have it. I think this might be the spot. It still has a little bit of terrain undulation, but that's okay. We can utilize a base on stilts, and I think it'll look absolutely amazing. So let's first get ourselves landed here and connect up, and the ship can stay there for the foreseeable future as we set up our base. Now, this is going to be the real cool part of this. We can put some blocks on here for some building blocks, but we're also going to grab probably some conveyors shortly, but like a truss block, some stairs. If I search for stair, there we go, catwalk stairs. Because they have a really cool new system of how you're building. Like, if I look at my inventory, I have nothing. I just have my 3 tools, right? So I can't build anything, right? Because I don't have any like steel plates or anything to be able to start a build with, right? Not anymore. Now what you can do is you can just build, and it'll all be like a projection. And then in the future, you can go and actually weld it. And so let me just a little more rotation there, just a little bit more. Then I'll press B to gravity align it, and we can start off our build, let's say right here. And so I was able to place this block down as a projection in the world. And it just is there. And it works. And then from there, I can just, say, build up a little bit if I want to. Or, yeah, is that too tall? I don't know. Let's figure it out. I can then place down some armor blocks there. And maybe what I want to do is on the bottom half of this, we'll probably do that detail in a bit. But we can maybe put down some half blocks so we don't have to use as much iron. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good. 5 across. And then we can do like a full block here. And then again another 5 across. And a full block. And just repeat that. And we can fill in the center with zooping. Like we can... Oh, it's slightly off. Damn it. But we can essentially build like we're in creative, but it leaves a blueprint in position instead of an actual tangible block. So you can build your entire base this way, and you don't have to think about, do I have the resources for this right now? And I have my platform all designed. And I can copy that, and I can paste that platform again somewhere else as a blueprint. I can cut it, and then you can just grab some raw materials and just build. It's just that easy. Just start building. Ooh, we do need a battery. We're not going to be able to build a full battery yet because we do not have the resources for it. But we will have to put a little battery pack on one of these pillars so that we can charge the entire thing. Because a big battery, one of these guys, it takes like heavy-duty plates and motherboards and things that I don't have. I don't have lead. I don't know where lead spawns. So I can't do do that. But let's grab some resources and get to welding. So when it comes to these blocks, when you're building them, because this is the backpack building, and these are basic blocks, they just require the basic resources like iron. You can see that I just need 665 kilos of iron to build this block. So I just need to fly up to it and deposit 665 iron into it. My backpack is automatically crafting the resources to use on that block. And here, I forgot to change these. They're all yellow. So when I get them all built up, they're all going to be yellow. But you can see this one here, this battery, it needs also 20 silicon. So I can head on down to the cache here, grab a little bit of silicon, and head on back up. And it'll deposit some iron, and then deposit some silicon, then deposit some more iron. And we have a battery pack. And we can take a look at this thing in the terminal here. A battery, we got a charge level of 30%. And the really cool part of just being able to take the battery pack out, pop it back in. So if I have a fully charged one, which I do, this one is at 99%. I just fly up here and take this one out, and it'll insert the power one with the highest charge. So now the one in here is at 99%. So this battery pack is now powering up the base even better than it was before. So I can throw that back in here, or potentially, if I wanted to, throw it into one of my battery systems here, so that I can recharge it from the solar panel that's on top of the craft. Hey! That's awesome. Let's keep on working here, and at least maybe not get them fully built, because I don't think I have the resources for that, but just go around and oh, I was obstructing it. And you can see here, no connection points detected. I can't weld something that is floating in air. I have to first weld the thing it's connected to, and then weld it. Alright, it's unbuilt, because this is going to be a lot of iron. I don't have it right now. But at least we have a platform that we can move around with, and it is powered. So we can look at maybe adding some more power systems in order to keep that battery fully stocked up, right? So currently we go to energy. And we've got reactor, which I won't be able to build yet. Our battery, again, probably won't be able to build that just yet. We do have solar panels, which I know I can build now, is they just require a ton of silicon. But we can probably create a little bit of an arm out here and a little solar array sticking off the side of this thing, right? I could potentially get myself some solar panels out here with no problemo. And those should get me a decent amount of power during the day. Unfortunately, we don't have the ability to have like a rotor or a hinge in order to make it a turret just yet, like a solar tower. But we will be able to get there shortly in the future, maybe with a future update. And our battery is filling up. Okay, we do have some power. We can build some more on that in a bit. But we have to think about what our next steps are. We need a spot to respawn. So we're going to need a survival kit somewhere on this base. And I do have to think about the fact that I will eventually put some walls around here and such. That's cool, right? Let's see what else we got. Half walls, full walls. Letter number half, letter corner. Ooh, okay. I will definitely put the corner one right here. So we'll take that guy and put him there. Lining with the outside of the door. I think that aligns up to the full block shape, right? Yeah, it does. Okay, yeah, we'll get rid of those two. I think for those two is I'm going to have the half size, wherever it is. This size. Yeah, this guy. We're going to go half. And that should align up to the doorway there. Nicely. And then with the top half, we're going to put in some windows. Oh, that's already looking amazing. And I just love the fact that you can do all this building without having to have any resources on hand. You can design your heart's content without having to worry about grinding it down and going like, oh, that doesn't look right. You know, doing all the work and setting it all up and then just being like, no, I didn't like it that way. You can plan the entire build in what is essentially creative and then just do it. Just build it. And I should use a corner here. There is the piece. And I could just put the corner around the block, around this thing, the battery. It's just like the battery don't give a shit. It's in the way, but the old Space Engineers just wouldn't work. New Space Engineers, it's like, I don't give a damn. Sure, place me there. All right, we have our layout, so now we can think about what we want to put in it. I'll pop over to a new toolbar here. So we have all sorts of stuff. Automation, armor, communication. Oh, we need to put an antenna somewhere. That's for sure. I think we're good. We'll put a battery, a large battery, somewhere on this base. But it doesn't have to be functional yet because we don't have the resources to build it. But if we have it, then when we do have the resources to build it, it'll be nice. So I can take this thing and I can... Ooh, I want it to be actually accessible. It would actually be nice if we had a little platform down here, or even just a little spot where there's battery down here. Because if I'm landing my ship somewhere and I want to recharge my ship, I can just come over here and yank a battery out of this and plop it into my ship and then throw the low battery into here. Easy peasy. So I'm not sure if that's where I want to do it or somewhere else, but we'll have that concept. But, aha! Production! This is where we need to get going here. We have O2H generators, gear forges, smelters, assemblers. That is what I needed to get going. So, the first thing I think we can build is a smelter. The O2H2, we'll get to in a minute. That's the gear forge. And then here we have a smelter. It is going to have the various connection ports. It's got a large one on the side, large on the back, small on the bottom, small on the top. So what I'm thinking is I can grab maybe a cargo container and we can slap it right there. That'll be our main storage. And then off of that, we can have the smeltery that will be transferring through the large connection on the side. And then we have our gear forge. Does this have... It has one on the back. A conveyor junction. I could put the gear forge right there, but then it would sort of stop my conveyorage. The assembler is big. So I could put an assembler in here as well. Let's get a conveyor somewhere along here. Let's drop the lights for now. Conveyor 2.5s. Yeah, all right. So we can put a conveyor down here. We could put a gear forge in front of that. Right? And then our assembler will eventually go here on the side of it. And I think that leaves just a nice little spot here on the side. Oh, yeah, baby. So I can at least get that started so it is, you know, structural. So I can do all of these guys, just a little bit of structural. There we go. And we can see what we need for resources. Come on. Oh, it just does not like me going from above sometimes. I think it's because my feet are touching it. And so it's not liking that. And it's going like, hey! No touchy. Cargo container complete. So it should be, if you hold Alt and right click. Yeah, that's it. You dump resources into the targeted inventory. So what I can do here is I can just run over and grab stuff, fly on back, dump it. Real easy. Oh, yeah. And deposit everything in here. All of my worldly possessions are now on this base. We're going to need to go get some more resources soon. But what we can do is we can see... Okay, this is iron, cobalt, iron, copper, silicon, nickel. That's what this guy needs. But I can also press R. That changes over to what is more traditionally saw as, like, component-based crafting, right? Steel plate, wire, electronic parts, motors, that kind of stuff. So you can see the metal grids from there is where the cobalt is coming from. The silicon is the electronic parts. So you're building these parts with the resources as you just use the resource mode. Oh my god. Gold? I don't have gold. I might need to just not have this assembler for now. I might not be getting to full assembler today. I might just need to knock that down and go into... Ooh, probably an H2 tank first. Some size. Because I do want to store some H2. And then into a... H2O2 generator. So I can have some spare fuel for my ship. But we can just go to a small tank like this. This is fine. And then we can do one of the converters on the end of it. Actually, looking at it, this thing's got a port on the side. It's got a small port. That's even better. We just put that there. And then we can just put the O2 generator right on the frickin' thing. No need for a conveyor, converter, or whatever the hell that was. Just bada bum. Build it up. Hell yeah. So let's get to work building up all these various things. And we need more nickel, unfortunately. But now we have a smelter. Ooh. And in our smelter, we can say, oh, please make me a steel plate. And I would like so many of them. I'd like 20 steel plate. Produce. And it is going to town, ripping out some iron and making it into steel plate. Now, let's take a look at the inventory for that. It automatically pushed it back into the cargo container. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So now I can start stockpiling actual components. So if I have anything that takes specific things, like, well, I can use those steel plate over here. Or I need 4 motors, 2 turbine blades. Can I build those? Yeah, I can. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I have to choose what I do. 4 motors, 2 turbine blades, right? Yes, and I already have steel plate. And then I can see on this thing that I require nickel. Okay. Well, it's a good thing there's nickel right there. Let's go get it. Hey, it was enough. So now I can go grab those components. Got the plate. Motors. Inventory full. It is nowhere near full. And I can deposit the components. And use it building that way instead of with raw ores. And now this should be filling up this tank. Yes! We're storing some hydrogen. If we had it, which I don't believe it is in this build. Yeah, we don't have hydrogen engines yet. So it's not like I can go and use that to make any power. But we at least have the ability to make a little bit of extra hydrogen. And eventually we can connect this up to my ship with a connector. And use this little tank here to refuel my ship if I need it. Excellent. What else do we need on our little base? Besides, you know, just finishing building the base because it's not done yet. I don't think we're going to get to full-on assembler today. Oh, we do need a survival kit. We totally need a survival kit somewhere. It's like, I forgot. We need to be able to stay alive. And we've got a small port down there. Large ports on the bottom and top. Small port on the side. Okay. I think this is where that converter comes into play, right? We've got this adapter here that is this little bitty thing. Being able to adapt down, right? And then we can come out of that and drop. So we can go on a little twisty, go down, and I gotta see what height this thing has its thing at. So I gotta line it up so that this thing is in line with that. So I gotta use the corrections here and tuck it in as close as I can, or maybe a full step back. We'll get a block over to it. It looks like we're aligned there. So we just need the little turny tube here. And then a little straight tube. And it'll be plugged in. Yeah, looks like that works. Steel tubes, steel plates, electric motors. Just need a little bit of iron. And I can get this stuff at least positioned, which I don't have any iron. I do have some plates, and I do have some tubes, so we can at least get stuff positioned. There we go. All right, let's go get some more resources and get everything built up. Hell yeah, we're making progress. There we go. The base is actually functional. And so I think what I can just do is build it up. We have our basic base. We just need to get enough resources to put it together. And with a glorious sunrise, we have a relatively complete base. Now, this is definitely a basic design. You can greeble a lot better than I did. I'm still getting used to all of the detail that you can put into your builds with the unified grid system. But this is a basic base that could handle your starting needs. We can head up our staircase here, head on inside. We have our batteries. We have our cargo container, our smelter, our gear forge, our O2H2, our survival kit. Got some shelving on this wall here for when we get a little bit of like smaller cargo containers or maybe more decorative stuff. Maybe one of these becomes a bed in the future. Maybe a little cargo container in the corner here. So if we want to put any like particular goodies, we can put them over there. And then a seat to sit at so we can administrate our platform. Now, the next thing I would probably want to build is some sort of connector down to where I can land my ship. Some sort of landing platform out front. But that is a bit too much for this video, as it was just giving you a taste of what it's like to build up here in the mountains. But that is going to be it. Make sure to tune into the live stream, which is going to be Monday, December 1st at 6 p.m. UTC. And check on out Space Engineers 2, Planets and Survival. Thanks for watching, and good hunting out there, fellow space engineers.